going on, y'all? It's Attorney Gerald Griggs, Justicefighter, going live. Wanted to share with you guys some of my reflections over the last week. I had the pleasure of going to the Center for American Progress's Gun Violence Prevention Summit in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday and Wednesday and learned a lot. And then came back here to Atlanta to be a part of the National Stop Police Brutality Weekend. And I just want to give you some observations. But first and foremost, you need to remember that today at 3 o'clock at the CNN Center, there will be a march and rally to culminate 022 weekend here in Atlanta, which has been awesome. But some of my observations over the last week or so is that after being in Washington, we have to be more concerted in our efforts to organize, to strategize, and to be impactful with the policymakers and the legislators in Washington, but as well as at home. What I learned, and it was a great conference, great ideas, but we have to become more unapologetic in our demands. We have to make sure that we are in the room and at the table when these discussions on policy and implementation are taking place. So again, I want to thank the Center for American Progress, a lot of Moms Demand Action, a lot of the organizations that were present, and for the conversation about more inclusion of people of color in these debates and these issues as we move forward on a progressive platform. I also had an opportunity to be at the Mall on Washington for two protests, one of which was organized by the Women's March. It was the No Muslim Ban Ever march, and it was awesome to see so many people coming together on that issue in solidarity and in true intersectionality. And it's great to see that. If you guys ever get a chance in Washington to be in Washington for a protest, it's awesome. It reinvigorates you, it rejuvenates you, and it makes you more resolved. We were also there with Everytown for the gun violence candlelight vigil that was in front of the Capitol, and that was also profound. Senator Blumenthal got a chance to talk about the need to reenact the assault weapons ban, so that's very important. You guys, we have to organize, we have to strategize, and we have to be together. And if you're not in the movement right now, you need to join an organization, and that's one of the main reasons for this live stream podcast, is we need to build organizational capacity. Whatever the issue you see a problem with, you need to join an organization that is determined to deal with that issue. I myself am a member of the NAACP, and you can join the NAACP at joinnacp.org. Also a member of the Georgia Alliance for Social Justice. You guys, we have to build organizational capacity so you know what's going on in your community. You know how to address these issues head on, so that on the local level, the state level, and the national level, your voice is being heard, because a lot of voices are missing from the conversation. I learned that consistently at the Gun Violence Prevention Summit. There were a lot of groups that were not represented, and that's through no fault of any organization there. We just have to become a part of this conversation. The protests are moving from the streets into the town halls, into the houses of Congress, and into the policy conversation. So that's how organization, that's how movement becomes sustainable. So again, I just want you guys to know that some of my reflections over the last couple of days have been great. I've seen organizational capacity building, but we need you to come from behind the computer screens, the phone screens, and join these organizations so we can build capacity. There will be a lot more actions coming forward. So again, join the Georgia Alliance, join the NAACP Atlanta chapter, so that we can continue to build and continue to move. And I'll see you guys a little bit later on at CNN, where we will elevate our voices in a nonviolent manner to demand justice, but also to require that justice include all of us. So again, love you guys. It's a Justicefighter on all social media, at Attorney Griggs on all social media. Join an organization. Let's build capacity.